Coming back to reports, so you can find the reports under the leftmost pane. You will have 5 different reports. We'll discuss them one by one in detail, and also we will discuss about the overview reports and the full report. So let me start with audience. So audience report is basically about user characteristics. It talks about demographics of user, that is age, gender, and geo, where are they coming from. Also you can know that what are their interest and what kind of technology are they using to reach your website. So I'll show you the report about demographics here. So you can see I'm using the demo account which I have added in my analytics. So it has got data which we could use it to understand or study the report and pull out the valuable insights from it. So here you can see you have the report for the uh, the demographics, which talks about the age and the gender. Now this is very important. When you have such information populated, you will be able to target the or match your target audience age or gender. If you are targeting specific product for gender, you can look at this particular report and understand if you are getting the right audience to your website based on the demographics under audience reports. So you can also look at the interests. You can check out the technology. So this will give you an idea of which browsers being more popularly used, and based on the bounce rate. Now bounce rate is the rate at which user just comes onto your website and leaves immediately. I mean, he leaves at very fast pace, and that is, he abandons your website from the page he lands on your website. So with the help of the bounce rate, you can understand a lot of things which could be important, and you can take corrective measures for the same. So if you look at browser and OS under the audience report, you can see Chrome has the highest share, or there are a lot of visits coming in from the Chrome, and based on this you could understand if there are issues with any other browser. So you can see there are top 4 browsers, which are Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Edge, and Android WebView. So you can even drill down in detail and understand if you want to check out any other specific version which has issues, the browser version which has issues with. So I'll go to the mobile devices, sorry, the mobile. So here you can see the share of desktop versus mobile devices visits for your website, and if you have more bounce rate, it looks like you have more bounce rate on mobile devices, then it's time to make your it gives us clear picture that you have to make your website more mobile friendly and mobile responsive, because that seems to be a reason for high bounce rate. It means the website's experience is not great on the mobile devices. So by this way you can look up various important factors which are causing the user to leave your website with the help of bounce rate. And you can also add secondary dimension. I'll show up some of the examples so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So you can refresh the report. You can also change the columns if you want to. Any report you would like to share or export, you can do that. You can share it, and once you share it, it'll ask you for details that you would like to email it to someone, or you can even add, if there is a user management you can share it someone within the list of users you have added. You can export the report for a certain period. You can save it. When you save it, what happens is this gets saved under customization. So here it gets saved report. You could save that. So this way you can see in audience, you can analyze the demographics, you can analyze the technology which has been used by the users. You can understand if they are using what kind of devices to reach to your website. So this way you can identify the issues related to target audience, if your target audience is appropriate or not, which is visiting your website, if there is a issue with any of the devices which users are trying to use and browse your website. So this way audience report helps you. So a couple of more important things I would like to show you on audience reporting report itself. One is the active users. Now active users are the ones which are coming back to your website time and again, and this is creating, I mean, they are redoing their sessions, that is they're revisiting your website. Now this is very important. So if you look at like 7-day active users, how many users came back and how many sessions they had, so you can have a look at data at this, because the whole point is about users sticking to your website and user coming back and again to your business. This means they are interested in your business and they're going to definitely transact. So active users reports will help you in finding the stickiness for your website or app. Now coming to another interesting report which is under again the audience is behavior, which is new versus returning. It's very similar to the active user, but here the difference is you can distinguish between how many users were new and how many users were repeat users, that is they were returning users. So you can find it for a certain period of time how many users were new users for a given period and how many were new. So there are options in the reports which you can always use. So I'd like to show you this. Icon populates the data table. This would populate graphic and a graph, pie graph, so sorry, a pie chart. So what you can do is you can always use these kind of graphical interpretations in your report if you are preparing for, and you can also compare with different parameters within the within among them. So these were the important reports which you can pull out of audience. Let's move on to the acquisition report now. So moving on to the next one, the acquisition reports. With the help of acquisition reports, you can actually find out which channel is the top contributor for your traffic. In this case, it happens to be organic search. So it's coming from Google, I suppose. So you can go ahead and check in the overview and also use sub report within this. I'll go to source and medium from the pane, and here you can check the source and the medium for your traffic. So again, Google stands out. However, if you want to know that which traffic has more bounce rate, you could graphically do that. I'll use these icons which can help me organizing my report visually or in whatever form I like to. So once I click this particular comparison icon, so I'll get to see the bounce rate for each of this source and medium. So here you can see the highest bounce rate happens to be from Facebook, and other one is from another referral source, and one more referral source. So the organic traffic also has bounce rate. The one which really better is the Googleplex. So this is where I'm getting, it's a referral source and I'm getting a decent amount of traffic. It might be a partner source. So this is where I'm getting. So this way I can understand which traffic is actually which traffic source is working good for me, and which traffic source I can optimize it. So this is the way I can look at the report for the same. So I like to show you secondary dimension, and I just go back to audience report and click on geo and show you something interesting and valuable. So once I click on location under geo, I get the user heat map for the globe. So what I would do is I would add a secondary dimension to this report and show you how secondary dimension may come in handy to analyze the data which you have. Let me add a dimension called devices, so which is under device category. So once I add this, you could see the primary dimension and the secondary dimension comes in column next to next, and you could understand here from the, let's say, check out the top 5 traffic countries and look at what exactly is happening. So if you look at US desktop bounce rate, looks to be pretty good, which is 26. So 26 users out of 100 have abandoned, which is quite fair. If you look at mobile, it's high, which is 40, close to about 47%. So this needs in United States mobile needs a little bit of work. Now in India, it's looking at close to about 60% in desktop itself. That means there could be a challenge with the products which are not specific to the particular country. In this case it is India, or might be the content which is not specific to India, so a lot of people are coming and viewing it. The next is France. Again, it looks like the same case. The content or the product or service which are there in the website is not really relevant to France. So this way I can see that the abandon rate is very high in terms of mobile for the US, and desktop and including mobile for India and France. So this way I can understand and and get some insights on what exactly is happening into business by using a secondary dimension. So secondary dimension is limited to what exactly is available under each major heading of the reports. So you can mix and match some primary and secondary dimensions to get more insights, and which will lead you to required actionables to be taken. So if you wanted to know what users were doing on your website, where they have landed and where they exited in your website, uh, in between, where what and all they have interacted with, or did they watch the video, did they click on any of the call to action or any of the buttons, any such data can be found under behavior reports. So if you click on behavior and overview, you could check which are the pages and page titles which are pretty more interacted. So I will just, pages are the exact URLs and page titles are the uh, you know name or the titles of these pages. So if you look at people were there on the home page most of the time, the next they interacted with online store, that's a store page. And if you look at a particular product, they were more on the bags, and the next one they were there on the shopping cart, their own shopping cart. So it looks like pretty much interaction is happening on the different products such as apparels and bags. So, and if you look at particular brand merchandise, it looks like YouTube is one of the most interacted or most visited within the merchandise store. So what I can do is I can just show you a little more deeper with the help of site content, and click on all pages and also content drill down. So here you can see the amount of page views which have happened, unique page views which have happened, the amount of entrance, that is most number of entries happened on the home page, and the bounce rate of the different pages. So this way I can analyze that the home page is the most popular page. Next to that you have bags, because basket it should be the cart page. So I would take the next page would be the bags. Let me click on content drill down. So here you can see the particular Google indexes and keeps these pages in directory structure, so that you can analyze and understand what was interacted more on your website. So look at in the store which were the pages which were interacted more, you could come to know. So let's look at the landing pages. Landing pages which tell us which the users first interacted with pages, and the first page seems to be the home page. The next is brand YouTube. So this is important because we will come to know which pages are more popular with users and they like visiting it, and which pages are least popular. So I can increase the row and check this out. So if you look at 25 pages, the least popular at this moment looks to be, for the 25 pages, the FAQs page, store policies FAQ page, and the most popular is home page. I mean, when I say popular, the ones where they made the visitors made entry with, I mean they entered the website on home page, and very less number of people entered the website on FAQ page. So this way I can understand where the traffic is flowing in from for when the users start their journey on my website. I can look at exit pages to understand where the users left my website. So if you look at the exit pages data, it looks like many people came into homepage and also exited from homepage, or people came in from other pages and they left that home page. So with the exit rate of 35%, what we can conclude is that is one of the top exit. These were some of the important reports which we can derive out of the raw data from analytics, uh, and you can actually use it for coming up with action items for your business or your website.